Good morning, everybody. Ronnie Rant's, Tommy Krysan, TK over at a busy Tremonti's Seafood and Meat and Seafood in Baton Rouge, right over by Parkview Baptist off Airline Highway. I'm in an undisclosed location presented by the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, November 16th, 17th. We got the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Celebrity Golf Tournament. Go check it out. You can sign up, individual teams, blah, blah, blah. Get all the info at lasportshall.com. And then, of course, we're presented by LeBear's Casino, where LeBear's Casino will be popping, rocking this weekend. LSU 11 a.m. A little breakfast at LeBear's. You can watch the Tigers in the sports book over there. Have a great lunch. And of course, now that you got an open Saturday night, go check out the Edge Lounge, 18 steak, all that kind of stuff Saturday night. Fun place to be. All right, TK, I'll get to the world of sports. Last night, and we had a exciting game in baseball. We had an exciting game in the NFL. Let's go baseball first. What's going on with these two teams? Seattle and Toronto, all road warriors. All four games of that series have been won by the road team. And now we have an exciting 2-2 matchup. I would have thought for sure, I'd have bet anything, which I'm glad I didn't, that Seattle, who won two games in Toronto to start this series, would come home with a raucous, packed, ballpark, and wrap this thing up in 4 or 5 games. And instead, Toronto shows some moxie. And Max Scherzer, 41 years old, goes 5 2/3 and gives his team a good outing. They end up winning, I think, 8-2 last night.
Did you see the confrontation on the mound with
Yeah.
he and the manager? He basically told the manager, "Get out of here! I got this." Okay, and the manager had a funny quote after the game. So I thought he was going to kill me, but no. But Toronto has exploded offensively on the road and took that Seattle crowd, who can get pretty loud, out of the game. I watched a good bit of that game after switching over from the Dodger game. So hey, it's playoff baseball. It's cool. It's great. I'm enjoying it, and you're seeing a lot of good stuff. I mean, Mookie Betts made a play yesterday, back in the hole to his right, jumped up, threw a one hopper to get. I mean, you're seeing why these teams are got major leaguers playing great baseball, and the pitching's been unbelievable.
Max Scherzer's 41 years old. He's pitched 18 years in the major leagues. I mean, the guy is a Hall of Famer, and he used to get it done with that 95, 96 mile an hour, 97 mile an hour fastball with all the movement, arm side, and everything like that. Then as father time sets in and you get older, little injuries, you got to learn how to pitch differently. And because you don't have that blazing fastball anymore, which to me, Tommy, is as impressive as anything when guys can do that. And not many guys can. When you've pitched a certain way, you've lived off your velocity, and then all of a sudden you lose that velocity. How do you adjust at the major league level? I'm not saying you can't be a good, effective pitcher, but to do it at the highest level in sports and baseball and MLB, and to just totally not have that fastball anymore, but yet still be an effective, good pitcher. And look, Scherzer last night strikes out his last batter he faced, or his second to last batter he faced, on a 78 mile an hour breaking ball. And and that's what he does now. He's the slow curve guy. That's his big out pitch versus the fastball that ran in on your hands, back in the day. Is pretty impressive. And not only was last night, the win for Toronto, but now it sets up Baton Rouge's own Kevin Gausman tonight, former Tiger, LSU Tiger, and future Louisiana Sports Hall of Famer Kevin Gausman. He's going to get the ball in what is going to be a gigantic Game 5.
Yeah, it really is. And Gosman got a loss, but had a good outing. And he's been tough down the stretch. And I mean, he's been around a long time. And if his sinker's working, forget it. It's over. It's an unbelievable pitch. But yeah, new life in that Toronto Seattle series, and going to be interesting. Every pitch, every half inning, every at bat, every ground ball in the hole could be a big momentum changer.
Dodgers up 3-0 on the Brewers. They win 3-1 last night. And you mentioned to me before we came on air, Ohtani's only got one hit in the series, but yet the Dodgers are dominating the series. And I said this the other day when we were talking about the Dodgers. I mean, this is an organization that is set up right now financially and with the players under contract that they have, and the unlimited resources to just, like I said, go be in 5 straight World Series. They may not win them all, but they're going to be in them, NLCS at worst, that kind of stuff. This organization and this roster and this franchise is the team to beat in the National League.
Well, they're trying to do something that hadn't happened in a quarter of a century, back-to-back World Series titles. I think the Yankees did it 2000,
Late
2001.
'90s. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, no, in
Well,
'99,
no, it's not,
2000.
they didn't do it. They didn't do it in 2001 because that was the 9/11 and they lost to the Diamondbacks. In Game
Okay,
7. So
right. Okay,
99, 2000, I guess.
okay. Yeah. So I mean, but the Dodgers, you're right. They were set up, top to bottom, the starting pitching, the bullpen. I mean, what Blake Snell and them did, and then the complete game by Yamamoto. I mean, their bullpen is ready to roll, and I don't see the Brewers winning four straight to take this series. And Milwaukee's very good. I've been watching them all year long. I've been talking about them. How they're one of the best teams. But right now, the Dodgers have been better, and you hit the nail on the head. Otani's, he's going to pitch today, and he's going to throw 2 or 3 innings, and they're going to go to the bullpen. But he isn't doing much at the plate at all. It's other guys that are stepping up and getting it done. And they've also flashed a lot of leather defensively.
All right, so that's what we got going on in
Well,
baseball. From talking about Max Scherzer, one old guy, let's talk about another old guy, two old
two
guys,
guys.
in
Yeah.
fact, and Flacco and Rogers, who matched up last night in the NFL and had an epic matchup. Credit Joe Flacco takes his team down the field with 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. They did a walk-off 38-yard field goal. The Bengals win 33-31 over the Ravens. I mean, excuse me, over the Steelers. And it's amazing that trade that the Bengals made. Because look, the Bengals could have easily, when Joe Burrow got hurt a few weeks ago and he's out for the season or out till mid-December or something like that, the Bengals were headed towards just a disastrous season, top 10 pick. Hey, Joe got hurt. It is what it is. Even probably contemplate not playing him if he comes back even healthy to play the last game or two because you don't want to risk it. And instead of just sitting on their hands or and just riding it out, they make a trade and go bring in Joe Flacco. And it's amazing in just less than 2 weeks' time. The combination that he is now with Jamar Chase. I mean, look, it doesn't take brain surgery. I don't care if I was playing quarterback for the Bengals. If I just get to the team and I don't know anything what to do, I'm looking for number one, right? And I'm throwing it to him. I mean, there's nothing to talk about. Like, I don't need to know the plays. I just need to know, hey, Jamar, what are you doing? 10-yard out. Okay, gotcha. You know what I mean? 3-step drop, hit Jamar. I mean, that's what we're doing. But the bottom line is that Joe Flacco at nearly 40 years of age is giving his organization a chance. I mean, he threw for 350 yards last night. Didn't throw any interceptions. And this guy doesn't even know the playbook yet. I mean, he's probably learning it each and every day.
Well, I thought it was funny a few seconds ago when you said he took his team down the field. It only became his team a few days ago. So that, but it just goes to show the experience, the knowledge. Hey, Jamal, you're doing a 10-yard out. Okay, we got this. Hey, tight end, you're going to be underneath in case I need to check down. We got this. I mean, it's not brain surgery, although it is brain surgery. So, quite a night for the 40 and above crowd with Scherzer and Flacco and Rogers, who threw a couple of touchdowns for the Steelers in the losing effort.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers had a good game, threw 4 touchdowns, but also contributed 2 interceptions, and they both came on back-to-back drives in the first half, and that really, led directly to 10 points. By the way, Jamar Chase 16 catches last night for 160 yards. 16 catches. He had a touchdown as well. Incredible. All right, we move on to LSU. I'll be boarding a flight here this afternoon, headed up to Nashville. Tigers taking on Vandy at 11 a.m. in the morning. You already put some money down on this game.
Yeah, I like the under 48.5. A lot of people liking that, thinking, hey, 24-21, 24-23, you're still under. And that's where they're thinking it's going to be with the LSU defense, and then the questions about the LSU offense. And, Vandy's got a lot of juice. They did lose to Bama a couple weeks ago, but they're feeling good and they feeling like, hey, they can run. They got confidence, and it's going to be a big crowd. You'll be there. You'll report live tomorrow on Sports Shorts Radio. By the way, that'll be 9 to 11 tomorrow because of the kickoff. 9 to 11, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Sports Shorts Radio. So I really like the under. Certainly, LSU has a chance to win. Run the football. Derry Beckwith will be talking about that tomorrow morning, and we'll see if they can. The Tigers can get a win, much needed.
The thing that concerns me big time is Whit Weeks is a game time decision in this game. He had a boot on in the indoor facility after practice, went and put the boot on, was able to practice a little bit, but did have a boot on. Going to be a game time. That worries me because um, I don't. Yeah, and this is a bad time to have a game be at 11 a.m. right? Because you got to make a decision about 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Whereas if you played at 7 o'clock at night, at least game time gives them 10 more hours or something. But yeah, it's a bad deal. I'm not very optimistic that he's going to play. The fact that he's in a walking boot less than 48 hours before game time, after practice to try to help with the swelling and all that. That's not a good sign, Tommy. And, in my mind, Weeks was, sort of, he and Harold Perkins, in essence, are kind of the shadows of Pavia, because they know he's going to run the football. Even when he drops the back to pass, he is an absolute threat to run. Not only is he quick, but he's a tank. And Weeks and Perkins, you seem like the guys that can move side to side and but still have enough ass to not get run over. And so the fact that he's in that situation, and even if he does play, he's not going to be 100%. That concerns me big time, especially for the under.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a slow start, I think, by both teams at morning game stuff. Now if somebody can throw a punch quick, come out the gate fast, that could set the tone. But it's an interesting game in so many ways for LSU, especially with the week's game time decision situation. So it's going to be fun to watch it Saturday morning.
I'll give you an update. I'll call in from just off Broadway in the morning. I'll be on Broadway tonight. A lot of LSU fans, mostly went. A lot of people went last night because of the early start on Thursday and on Saturday. Friday night may not necessarily be as late a night as you would think the night before an LSU football game. So a lot of people got it in last night as well. All right, TK, what else we got?
Well, just obviously the Saints will play at Chicago on Sunday. Saints 1-5, Bears 3-2. Bears.
What's the line there?
4.5 point favorite are the Bears, who have played better as of late. 46.5 to over under here. Not thinking a lot of scoring there, but the Saints 1-5 against a Bears team that's pretty confident right now.
I've seen a lot of national prognosticators like the Bears in this one. I don't blame them. Why would you take the Saints? Based on although they did cover the gigantic spread on the road against Buffalo, and it was at 16 points or whatever the heck it was, a big huge spread. They covered that, but they still had a double-digit loss. Obviously, they played horrifically terrible. But Seattle, earlier this year. But Bears are one of those teams where they're close, Tommy. I feel like the Bears are close to, figuring it out with Williams on offense at least. He is much better this year than last year in everything. And he's not elite yet or anything, but he has the physical ability to be elite. But you got two sophomore quarterbacks in Rattler and Williams that obviously know each other well. One's first pick in the draft and one is a fifth rounder, but they still have had tons of college experience and obviously know each other's were they teammates at Oklahoma? I think they were. I think Rattler was the starter and then Williams came in, that kind of thing when Rattler got hurt or. So these guys have a lot of history and both of them playing well. So
yeah, they really do. And the Bears, they're probably thinking, if you're a Bears, you're thinking, hey, we got the Saints coming in. They're 1-5. They played good in a few games, but we got to get this win at home at Soldier Field. So that's what the Bears are thinking. Now, can the Saints and Rattler and Kamara and the defense make a difference and win the game? Certainly, they might win, but I don't know. I kind of would like the Bears in this one on a Friday call.
Yeah, and the Alvin Kamara came out this week and reiterated, because of course trade rumors galore with
Well, the
Kamara.
deadline's in a couple of weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, under
trade deadline.
contract. He's under contract. He signed a new contract before the season and all that kind of stuff. So he's under contract. He's ready to get packaged and shipped if that makes sense. Quite frankly, Tommy, it really does make sense for the Saints if they got the right deal. What kind of picks can they get? What kind of player can they get? Is there some salary cap relief? I mean, it does make sense to very much consider a Kamara trade. Although Kamara doesn't want to go, fans don't want him to go. But again, the Saints have to be honest and look themselves in the face. How close are we to being a playoff team? I think the answer is very far. And Kamara can help them get closer to that, in the future relative to cap, picks, players, that kind of thing. But we'll see. I personally hope they don't, because at least you got one star, for the next few years, and a good guy and a guy who loves the Saints and a great player. But Kamara's being wasted on the Saints roster. No question about it. Tommy, tell us about Tremonti's.
Yeah, well, of course, they got the online order, and now you can do that. You can pick it up. You can deliver it online, Tremonti's.com. Place your order, get some lunch, get some tailgating items, or party at the house. You can get it all here at Tremonti's on Jefferson Highway in Baton Rouge. Don't forget, radio tomorrow is 9 to 11 because of the LSU kickoff. ESPN Radio, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, 9 to 11. Derry Beckwith will be there. We'll be at the Most Blessed Sacrament Church Fair, which we've done for a couple of years now. Brought to you by Jones Construction Solutions. They're going to put us out there at the fair for you. So do come on out, say hello to Derry. Ronnie will give us an update from Nashville. Joel Davis in hour number 2. We'll have a lot of good stuff. Hunter McCann, who's an MBS graduate, he'll do a phone segment as well. So tomorrow morning, because we'll promote it like crazy on social media.
All right, that's tomorrow morning live from the MBS Fair. Tommy will have his wristband on to ride all the rides for free, and Derry will be out there passing up, not eating all the great food. I don't know how that's possible.
Breaking news: Derry's bringing his son out there.
Okay, there you go. All right,
the little guy. We get to meet the little guy, the future linebacker.
Well, maybe Derry will actually eat all the great food, because that's the one thing about the MBS Fair. Look, watch the game tomorrow at 11 o'clock, then afterwards go out to the fair. I know y'all going to have awesome entertainment, bands playing on. Do you know off the top of your head who's playing tonight or tomorrow night?
Yeah, well, we got a couple of bands tomorrow. There's a band tonight. I'm going to pull that up real quick for you. The band tonight is Sugar Shaker. Then you got Pecan Pralines at 4:30 tomorrow, 7 o'clock, Paper Chase Saturday night. And then Sunday, Ryan Forney plays at noon. So a lot of live music, all the rides, the fun, the booth, the wine booth, the beer booth. They got a big bingo thing Saturday. Father Todd and the MBS Men's Club, really excited about a big fair weekend.
All right, for Tommy Krysan, I'm Ronnie Rant. Thanks for watching Sports Shorts Daily, presented by the Bears Casino. We will see you on Monday, and go Tigers and Saints.